Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So this video is really all about advice for newbies or fairly people who haven't been here very often, fairly new people. While we have a little look at this brand new market. They half built half of it already, and the other half is being built. So the half that's built is already open. It's just down the road actually from Soy 6, and then from the Boeing 747 jumbo jet market. If you remember 2 or 3 videos ago when I showed you it was actually the Soy 6 video, and then about fire, and then but at the beginning I showed you the market, the jumbo jet market. And at the back they had a whole new load of little buildings that they were all constructing for little market stalls. And so there's all that, and then there's all this, and then to the left of this there's more. So obviously if somebody decided that they need some city centre markets, because they didn't have them. I mean, they have them in Jomtien, they've got the night market, they've got Chapasit market, they've got other stuff. They have malls in here, but not many. In fact, I can't think of any proper fixed markets. You have obviously on special days you have the ones which run down. They put other stalls up all down the beach road, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a permanent, semi-permanent market, which is what this is. Anyway, so we'll just show you around here and the other part up at the top end, while we have a chat about newbie stuff, mainly newbie stuff, I think. Because I've noticed a lot of new youngish guys here, a lot of them. So it's high season just finishing. We're now going into low season. Prices are going to fall. Well, they are already starting to fall. I've noticed the traffic's nowhere near as bad now as it was. So maybe some of you guys who couldn't afford high season will be coming during low season, because if you think about it, it's the summer holidays for Europe, or for most of the world except Australia. It's the summer holidays, so it's a good time to come if you've got the money. There's an American school bus. Look at that, a tattoo bus. That's interesting. Never seen that before. Right, let's start the chat, shall we? So what we're actually going to start with, which is a main important subject, is prices. Prices for pretty much everything we'll cover, from all different aspects, like beer bars, gents clubs, dancing club bars, nightclubs, all that sort of thing. Because to try and encompass everything, to give you an idea of what the prices are at the moment. So if we start with, for example, beer bars, most beer bars. Like a beer for yourself is about 70 baht in most beer bars now, which is about $2. And a lady drink would be about 150 baht, which is about $4. Now, actually, Soy 6 and Soy Bacau, a lot of bars have pushed that up to 170 now. Most bars on the 6 are 170 for lady drinks now. So it's a little bit more, not a lot more. But bar fines on these normal bars is around 500 baht, which is about $13. And ST is between 1,500 and 2,000. Which is $40 to $55. That's the prices now, okay? And then that's the lowest prices. That's normal bars. Well, not the lowest. The lowest is actually the gents clubs, but of the regular bars. So if you're a little older, you'll probably go for gents clubs. If you look under 40, you can certainly go to nightclubs, and the girls are much younger in nightclubs, which you obviously would want if you're younger yourself. But if you're older, gents clubs like lady drinks are 150, again $4. Beer's slightly more than a regular bar. It's about 90 baht, which is $2.50. Room fine is 400 on most of those, which is $11. And ST is around 15 to 2, usually around 15, which is about $40. Okay, so that's Now let's move on to what we'll call dancing bars. Like Walking Street and LK Metro and what have you. Now the prices just skyrocket. The lady drinks are around 240 baht, which is $6.50. Beer for yourself is about 120 baht, which is $3. ST bar find is 1500, which is about $40 only for the bar find. And ST is around 3000, which is $82. Now that's only ST we're talking about. Now LT, your bar find is 3000, which is $82, and then 5000 for LT, which is $135. Not cheap, eh? But nightclubs, some of you guys have said to me, oh, it's much cheaper in nightclubs. Well, yes and no. There's no lady drinks, but what happens in nightclubs is that you don't go in and just buy a beer. Some do, but a lot of guys don't. If you got 2 or 3 or 4 friends, you'll take a table and you'll get a bottle of spirit and mixers, and then you'll get the girls will come and join you. That's the way it usually goes. But a bottle of spirits is 4,000 baht. Plus mixers, and you'll go through a couple of bottles of spirits if there's 2 or 3 of you, and you've got company and everything. So that's not really that cheap if you're paying 4,000 plus mixers. I mean, 4,000 baht is $110, and if you have a couple, well, that's $220 plus mixers, which are expensive. So you're looking at like 250, possibly pushing $300 for one night, and that is before you start with the rest of it. You know what I mean? It can be quite expensive, and then of course there's no actual sort of lady drink as such, and no bar fine, but the ST prices are around 3,000, which is about $82. That's the sort of prices you're going to be expected to pay. That's nightclubs, but that gives you an idea. But really, in nightclubs, what I've noticed is that if you look over 40, you're not going to get any interest at all from any of the girls. The girls in there are almost all much younger, and there's so many young guys here now. I mean, it's not like it used to be years ago. There's so many young guys here, especially young Korean guys who have money. And they're very popular with the girls because they know that they'll spend the money on them, and they have money. Depends. Some places they're careful, but they will spend the money if they like the girl enough. I've seen it. I've seen them spend it. It depends. But generally, that's the sort of prices that you're gonna be paying. And as I said, if you're younger, if you look under 40, that's the whole point. If you look younger, you'll be fine in a nightclub. If you look much over 40, you really were wasting your time in a nightclub. I mean, nightclubs, we're talking about places like Insomnia or Republic or Mist or what have you. That's what we mean by a nightclub, okay? Not a dancing bar, you know what I mean? Now, another aspect which newbies or beginners or what have you need to understand is what people call drink queens, okay? Now, I mean, a lot of you will know that expression, but many won't. Drink queen is a girl who will come sit with you, have a drink, and as many drinks as you like, but won't bar fine. They just simply won't bar fine. So they'll just absorb all your cash, take all the money in the form of drinks, but then later on, you say, okay, let's bar fine. Oh, I don't do that. No, I only work for drinks. Now, that's what you call a drink queen, okay? Now, you have to avoid those. Well, up to you, but 99% again, I would want to avoid those. So what the rule is, I mean, it's absolute golden rule, is you buy one drink for a girl in any place, any bar, anywhere. It doesn't matter where it is. Dancing bar, beer bar, gents club, whatever. Although you don't tend to get that in gents clubs. Or nightclubs, you buy one drink and then you find out the score. Okay, that is what you do. You never go beyond one drink unless you know the score. Okay? Golden rule. Absolutely golden rule. Okay? Another thing is some of these places, like mainly it's the Mama Sans and the dancing bars on LK and Walking Street, they will try to get you to pay the whole lot up front. Now, that's an absolute no-no, a total no-no. You do not ever, ever, ever do that. Pay the bar fine, that's it, finished. No, and obviously the drinks bill, and then that's it. Then the rest you pay later. Okay, so you don't ever pay up front. If they try to make you to do it, you just turn around and you leave, and you say, I'm sorry, I don't do that. They'll probably back down in the end, more than likely, and say, okay. But that's an absolute unbreakable golden rule, okay? Same as the one one lady drink rule. 2 golden rules there, okay, guys? For beginners, newbies, beginners, okay? I mean, the first time you arrive in Pattaya, you'll see all these girls all over the place, not just in bars, but on the streets, in the shops, in the markets, everywhere. And for single guys, it's just like you arrived in paradise. And in fact, you have, for as long as you have the money. I mean, your emotions will be overwhelmed, really. You probably have never experienced anything like it before for you, the first time you come. You're going to go through an emotional roller coaster. Now, you guys that have been through that already, and you understand it all, please make comments to help the newbies understand what they're getting themselves into. Now, what you'll have trouble getting your head around is just how natural it seems here in Thailand. Working girls here are so completely different to working girls in Western countries. I mean, you take 2 examples which I've been to, and maybe you have, which is Amsterdam and Las Vegas. And when I was there, I felt like it was just very businesslike and cold and emotionless. And that's obviously the way it's meant to be. The first time I ever came to Pattaya, I was utterly gobsmacked with how different it was. It's obviously the culture here. It's friendly, it's fun, it's like a normal great night out with the guys, but you're just paying a little extra for a little extra company. And considering everyone else around you is doing exactly the same thing, it makes it seem absolutely normal, and there's no guilt or embarrassment or anything. In fact, you forget that you're with a working girl. It feels like you just picked up one of the best looking girls you've had for years on your first night. Now, this feeling like you just picked up a girl is what Pattaya is all about. This is what the culture's all about. This is why guys get addicted to Pattaya. It feels like you're on a date, which is emphasized by the fact that when you leave the bar with her, after paying the bar fine, of course, many guys will take the girl out for a meal together, or maybe a nightclub, and go drinking together and have fun together, just like you would with a girlfriend. And then she'll start calling you darling or Tilak or something, and it makes you feel good. And then you go back to your hotel and have an amazing time. And next day, maybe if she stays the night, you maybe have an amazing time again. But this is when you then hit reality, because you have to cash up, you have to pay. So that's the difference in the way it feels. The difference in the way, if you go with a working girl in your own country and you go with one here, it feels completely different. It really does. And you won't understand that until you come. I've just jumped back up Beach Road a little way here. This is actually Soi 5, the one next to the notorious Soi. And this is the mall, which was a failure. And it's starting to get busy with stuff outside now. And you'll see. We'll have a walk around. It's quite nice now because people have used all the area at the front, made restaurants, little restaurants and everything, and some stuff inside. We'll have a little look round and we'll just continue with the chat. Okay. A newbie should stick to the 1-day rule. Never mind the 3-day rule, it's too long, in my opinion. Or are you going to get emotionally involved, which you probably may be already a little bit, That's the way it gets to you. Or are you going to become a butterfly? 1-day rule every day. And just enjoy yourself, Don't ignore these rules, because you're putting yourself at risk of becoming emotionally involved with the girl. Or should I say this working girl, which is what she is. If you decide to spend a second night, a third night, and so on, and she starts to open up to you and show pictures of her family and talking about everything and what have you, you can get hooked. You don't realize it until it's too late, but you can get hooked. And what happens then? And then you spend the rest of your holiday with the same girl. You don't go all over the place, different girls, different times. You end up with one girl all the time. You're having a great time, but it's not what you came here for, really, is it? If you let her stay all the time, it's like you've got a new girlfriend. You're going out together. Sometimes she cooks for you. You're going out getting drunk and dancing and everything together or whatever. And it's completely different to any other working girl relationship anywhere in the world. Thailand, completely different. A thing that you need to remind yourself constantly is that it's all an illusion. You've got this girlfriend, and you've got to this girlfriend stage very quickly because she does it for a living. She knows what she's doing. She knows how to press which buttons and when and what have you to accelerate the girlfriend fantasy. And if she feels you've got a soft heart, then there's a chance that she can stay with you for the rest of the vacation, for a week, 2 weeks for each, whatever it is. And there's a good chance that she can turn you into a sponsor as well. And one of the things about staying with you is it's easy work. It's work. Don't forget it's work. But it's easy work if you've got one guy. She's not going dancing all night, every night, on the poles and all the rest of it. And she's not going with different customers who treat her badly or whatever. She's having an easy time of it. So that's what she wants. Just going on briefly onto this issue of sponsorship, you may ask yourself, why would any sensible guy send money to a working girl, every month? Well, some guys fall in love easily, especially if they've never had a girl press the right buttons before, and they don't want their girlfriends working in a bar and going with the customers. When a few thousand baht a month means she can go home and live with her family. And let me just have a quick little chat about sponsorship, because it's just guys think they're doing the girls a favour, sending them home to their village. The girl doesn't want to go home to a village. 90% of them love Pattaya. They love the nightlife. They love going out every night, and they make very good money. And they have all the different guys and all their mates, and they like going to bar hosts, which they all go to. I was speaking to a girl the other day about bar hosts, and I said to her, out of all the girls working in this bar, how many have been to bar hosts? And she said, everyone. Every single one. There's not one girl working in. There must have been about 100 girls in there. So there's not one who's not been to a bar house and spent money buying guys drinks and all that. That's the way it is. That's the culture here. You know, you got to understand it. The girls love being in Pattaya. They want to be here. They don't want to go home. If they say to somebody, "I'm going," you know, "send money, I'll go home," they'll make some excuse why they have to come back. Trust me, they'll come back. They won't stay in their village. And even if they did stay in the village, the thing that most guys most of these white knights forget is the fact that she's now amongst ex-boyfriends and guys who fancy her and fancied her for years and never got the chance, and now here's the chance to come back again, and guys that she's been with many times, friends. I mean, she probably gets more in the village than she would in Pattaya, to be quite honest. So don't think for a moment, you white knights, that you're sending her there to save her for you, because that's just absolutely wrong. Totally wrong. And if you do end up getting hooked with the girl and staying with her for most of your holiday, just before it gets to the end of your vacation, then there's one last thing that she'll want from you, and that will be some gold. She'll say something like she will miss you so much, she'd like to have something that she can look at and think of you, you know. And a gold ring would be a lovely thought. You know, she can look at it and think of you. Now, bar girls know that Western men consider a ring to be a symbol of love or belonging. So she'll use this emotional connection to get you to buy her a gold ring. And the bigger the ring, the more love you have for her. Something else you need to know about Thailand is that gold is so pure that it is used as a second currency. And any gold bought from any shop can be returned to any other shop and sold for cash instantly, anytime she feels like it. It's just like she's wearing cash on her fingers. That's how pure the gold is here. So I've walked back to the bike. I hope you enjoyed that little walk around the new market and showing you what we've done with the old mall there, which was a fairly before and now is getting interesting. And please subscribe, like, share, ring the bell, and have a look at Patreon. Some great videos down there. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. See you on the next video.